Hey, this is Charles 9mm, and I've got a great product to show you today. Sorry about the long delay that I haven't been on for a long time, and life kind of gets in the way, but I'm back with a great product. This product is made by a company called On Your 6 Designs, and I've had a lot of criticism about doing kind of long videos on a holster, because everyone's going, what, a holster? You just clip it on your belt and you're good to go. A holster is probably one of the most important tools that you have, because it needs to hold your firearm securely close to you, and it needs to be a stable foundation so that the firearm can be drawn effectively when you most need it, especially in the case of law enforcement who would need to be able to access that gun quite quickly. Now, I'm going to be showing you concealment holsters today. So this is for law enforcement, military, or private citizens who are legal to carry a firearm in their vicinity. This is, as I said, made by On Your 6 Designs. They're a fairly new company. I haven't heard of them before, but what drew me to them is not only the price point, because they're selling a product that is probably much more expensive than other makers, but it has some unique features to it. It is a Kydex holster, and Kydex, everybody's cranking out Kydex, but this is pretty unusual. You're going to like this. One, it's a really slim design. This is in their waist holster, and I'll explain to you what this is in a moment, but it has a Kydex clip on it, which is really nice. I was a little bit skeptical about it, but carrying it with that Kydex clip on it, I found it to be very effective and quite strong. All of the screws are very high quality. It's very nice how it's put together, and I especially like that they're using for the inside the waist holster a very thin Kydex rather than a heavy Kydex, and this gives you a little bit of flexibility, and plus there's a whole lot less stuff to stuff down your pants. Remember, you're going to have to wear this all day long. So if you can't wear a holster all day long, it doesn't matter how much snakeskin and conchos and whatever that are on it, or how much it says long live Texas or whatever. It really has to be comfortable, and nobody's going to really see it. Now, they have these in multiple colors, which is great. It's really nice. Mine is in a kind of a military green, kind of a green OD, and that goes along with my Glock 19. Now, this Glock is cleared, and it doesn't have a magazine in it. There's nothing in the chamber, so it's been pre-checked. So it's and also for drawing, I'm going to be using a dummy gun, a blue gun, which is just a block of plastic that looks like it for those of you who are nervous, and also it just makes everyone a lot more comfortable. So let's get back to the holster a little bit, and I'll explain what this is. This is an optional function for item for people who carry appendix carry, which I do quite often. This keeps the gun. It's called a wing, and it has sort of like a brake shoe on it. And this brake shoe gives a little bit of friction, so it keeps the holster from rolling back, or back and forth like this. It really holds it in place. It's very rigid, so you don't have to put a big old chunk of whatever down your pants. It's very nice because that brake shoe just gives you a lot more grip and gives you a real stable foundation to place your firearm for good extraction for you when you present the firearm when needed. Let's go ahead and show you that functionality. So I'm going to put in the blue gun, and I'm going to go ahead and place it. I'm not going to put any cuts or in this video whatsoever, so you can see the whole process, and also so this is a real honest, it's an honest review. Okay, so that's generally how I will carry it. And I'm also not very dressed up, and I don't have a 511 tactical outfit on or whatever, because it's really kind of silly. Most of the time you're going to be going into the gas station to get gas, or for me, I'll be going to the farm store to get some things, and I really would like a gray man sort of scenario around me, so I'm not really well noticed, so people aren't pointing out, hey, there's a tactical guy with his 511s and his Black Hawk jacket and so forth. Just wearing regular clothes that anyone would wear, And this is sort of my farm shirt. Now, let me show you the presentation of this. This is probably most important, is that you can present the weapon effectively. And that shows that you can draw it very quickly, very cleanly, and also reholstering is no problem whatsoever. So one more time, and I'm not doing a clean draw. I'm doing it just within this frame so you can see. But presenting the weapon effectively, being able to holster it again effectively without having any kind of problem, that's really great. Plus, even if I pull the shirt quite tight, there's very little printing. You could even wear a t-shirt, and that's because of the wing that's pulling it deeper in. It pulls the butt of the gun in closer to the body, and that really gives you really good stability, so it's not moving back and forth. That's great. Fantastic, fantastic. I really am very impressed with this. And what I'm most impressed with is the price of this. I believe it's under $50. And most of these that are this quality, I'm seeing right around the $80, $90 right, all the way up to $100 range, which I think is really excessive. And I very, very much like the thin material, the very thin Kydex, and it's very durable. And there's no need to have heavier ones. But that wing and that little brake shoe on it, there's a better view of it. The brake shoes right here really give it a good stability. Fantastic. The other thing is that there's no tension screws on that. That was a little bit concerning for me because my older Kydex had tension screws on it, so you could tighten the tension on the holster. It wasn't necessary, really. The fit was so clean, and it pulls so nicely out of it that I really no need for it. And I think because of the thinness of the Kydex, that wasn't really a concern. So you didn't have to fiddle with the tension. What some people do is to spray the inside with a little bit of silicone spray. You can go to your local hardware store, get some pure silicone spray, spray it on and let it dry. It'll even make it more slippery if you need a little less tension. So it's an excellent holster. This has become, in a very short amount of time, the same holster I've carried for about 20 years for in the waist for my Glock 19. I've switched over this completely. A couple things also that you can get at On Your 6 Designs is they do have a concealment magazine holder. I'm very impressed with this one. I really like the fact that it is reversible. You can change sides depending on what you want. It's a good clean break on it, and that does have some tension screws on it. That is very nice for this because you do have a little bit of a difference and some very significant weight in a very small package in that. So it seems to be necessary. But I do have a Kydex holster as well, a magazine holder, and this one works so much better. It's got the clean, the Kydex clip with the On Your 6 logo on it. And I love it. What they've done, a couple things that I've really liked is they've rounded all the corners. They've burnished the corners. They've done that as well with the holster. They seem to have really understood where it's going to rub on your body, and were very cognizant to make sure that those were rounded and burnished on both of those products. So this would be a great set. And if you have the old green Glocks, it sort of matches. I mean, if you're into having your ensemble match for whatever fashion reasons. Now they do also make an out-of-the-waist holster, which is really nice. It uses Kydex belt loops. They're not clips, they're bolted down. I really like this because they've trimmed this down. A lot of these are really big, and it looks like you have a Frisbee bolted to your waist, and I really don't like them. I've kind of steered away from these, but this has been very nice from those times I really need to have it on the waist rather than in the waist, depending on my pants or whatever situation. And they've done a very nice job with this. This is a little bit thicker Kydex, and that makes sense because it's on the outside, so it need to be a little more rigid. They also make an out-of-the-waist double magazine. Let me put a magazine there so you can see it. There you go. And so they have a double magazine, which is terrific when because I like to carry a lot of extra magazines. So that's terrific. Beautiful Chicago screws. They really have some nice stuff there, and everything's well riveted. And again, they've taken a lot of care in making sure these are all rounded and burnished, so you're not getting sandpapering your sides in this. Really great, and the price point is just terrific. I would highly recommend the On Your 6 Designs holsters. And for those of you who carry appendix carry, I would really consider getting the one with the wing on it, because you're going to like that. That really gives you a lot of great stability. Okay, we're about a little over 10 minutes. A lot to talk about for holsters, but I think you're going to love it. On Your 6 Designs, A+. Bye-bye.